Visage, a bifurcation of minimalist German electronica and the theatricality of Roxy music. Lush synth textures and oblique, subtle, sublime synth melodies. Steve Strange on vocals, very influential guy, a harbinger of the new romantic movement by virtue of being in David Bowie's video, Ashes to Ashes. They were influenced by Kraftwerk, Neu, Roxy music, and Bowie himself. Really kind of ahead of its time, really. And the one could say that they were a mezzanine band for both iterations of Ultravox, the John Foxx iteration and Midge Ure, because both Midge Ure and Billy Currie had been in Ultravox, and Billy Currie had also been in Gary Newman's band and played on the Pleasure Principle. So all of his experiential commensurability was factored into the equation of Visage. So he brought all of that aesthetic with him into the group. And so it was an incredible training ground for Midge Ure, because Midge kind of came into that band, even though he'd had number one on Top of the Pops years earlier, and was in a band called The Kids, and they were kind of a post-punk band, and Midge himself was actually asked to be a member of the Sex Pistols, and but came in, refined his kind of synth concept in Visage, and it went on to metastasize into the unmitigated success, commercial success of Ultravox. Now, the John Foxx iteration was very, very influential, but the Midge Ure iteration was highly commercially successful. And so the thing is, in terms of intersections, three members of Visage, Rusty Egan, Billy Currie, and Midge Ure, played on Philip Lynott's first two albums, his solo albums, called the Philip Lynott album and Solo in Soho. Rusty Egan, Midge Ure, and Billy Currie featured on those albums, as did Mr. Mark Nauseef, one of the best drummers in the world, and a pedagogue. And he was on on those two albums as well. And I believe that Mr. Nauseef, Mark Nauseef, also helped with the production. And Midge Ure and Billy Currie played keyboards right across both of those albums. I played with Mark Nauseef. I toured with him and recorded with him. He's on my album, Tempest Eclipse, an incredible drummer. And basically, he was on that album, featuring three members of Visage. Visage, they've influenced some incredible musicians, like the three central figures in Detroit techno. Indeed, they're called the Belleville Three. Juan Atkins, Kevin Saunderson, and Derek May. They have cited Visage as a major influence upon their electronic music, and they are major American icons. So again, Visage are a highly, highly important band for the evolution of synth-pop music. Their two albums, Visage and Anvil, the Anvil, I would cite those myself as major influences upon my own synth-pop conception. And Steve Strange is a very, very important central figure in kind of pop music in London. Thank you very much for listening.